For survivors of clergy sexual abuse, today marks another deep disappointment.
These are the bishops who lied to us about transferring priests. These are the same bishops who continue to lie to us.
The new report, 5 years in the making, was commissioned by U.S. bishops and conducted by researchers from New York's John Jay College of Criminal Justice. It partially blames the clergy sex abuse crisis on the sexual revolution that began 50 years ago.
The increased frequency of abuse in the 1960s and 1970s is consistent with patterns of increased deviance in society during that time. The social influences intersected with vulnerabilities of some individual priests.
In addition to social influences, the report cites poor seminary training and isolation of priests. But for former New York City sex crimes prosecutor Linda Fairstein, blaming culture rings hollow.
These crimes occurred for decades, if not centuries, before there was a sexual revolution. That's a fact.
The church provided the information for analysis and makes a controversial decision to label priests pedophiles only if they molested children aged 10 or younger. By their standards, only 5% of the priests fit the pedophile profile.
That's such a false standard, such a false definition by which to look at pedophiles. Most of the kids that clergy have access to alone are going to be in the 9, 10 to 15, 16-year-old category. It's illegal to engage in sexual contact with them. So it's a very artificial thing. It's semantics to just say, we're talking about under 10.
Researchers also concluded there was no way to identify potential abusers ahead of time and said homosexuality, celibacy, and an all-male priesthood had no bearing on the crisis. Today's report got mixed reaction from Catholics leaving church today.
It's kind of like asking the fox as he comes out to the hen house how many chickens were in there before you went in, you know. So it's a step in the right direction, but obviously we also need independent surveys, reviews, and in-depth coverage.
Now, today's report does not address the problem of bishops who covered up for priests and comes just days after the Vatican issued new guidelines for dealing with priests who sexually abuse children. But those guidelines are not mandatory, and there are no punishments for bishops who don't comply. Katie?
Elaine Quijano. Elaine, thanks so much.